Hey everybody, it's Cheryl here at Central Missouri Community Action. And this is our first episode of Two Chairs and Some Potted Plants for 2023. And we want to welcome you. From now on, we'll be hosting the program at noon or 12:10 on Tuesdays. Just mark your calendars for that. Today, our guest is Colita Harvey. She is in charge of the Housing Choice Voucher programs that we have here at Central Missouri Community Action, and I'm going to let her tell you more about herself and the programs.
Thanks, Cheryl. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Awesome. So the Housing Choice Voucher Program, I must let you know that our agency services 6 counties. The 6 counties are Callaway, except for the city limits of Fulton, Cole, Cooper, Howard, Montauk, and Osage counties. Those are the counties that we service. And we have a variety of different housing programs underneath our Housing Choice Voucher Program umbrella, meaning that we have the mainstream program, and the mainstream program assists those families that has disabled members in them between the ages of 18 and 63. We also have our regular HCV program, which assists those that are income eligible, and they stay on the program as long as they recertify every year and they maintain their tenant obligations. We also have the WRAP program, which is a Department of Mental Health program. We get our referrals through Department of Mental Health, and those are individuals that may be having some either mental or substance abuse or something like that. Whatever it is, it's Department of Mental Health program, and we do have a couple of families that are in that program. Another one that we have is one that I'm really excited about is our Foster Youth Initiative program. This is one of our newest ones, Cheryl.
Yeah.
On this program, it assists those that are graduating out of foster care. So that means that these are youths that are between the ages of 18 and 24 years old that is now out on their own, and we too can assist them. Now, those referrals come straight from the Children's Division of the Foster Care program. So once we get those referrals in, we try to work with those youths right away so we can get those youths in a home, because we know they are very, very vulnerable youth during that time and that age. And some of them have kids on their own too as well. Another program that we have, and like I said, we are well-rounded, is because we have the VASH program, and that is to assist veterans. The VASH program does. It assists those qualified veterans. Those referrals come straight from the VA Truman Hospital, and those veterans, we will house them as long as they are maintaining their stability and eligibility with the VASH program. They will stay and maintain on our program as well. So those are some of the few programs that we have. And again, we can assist all of those that's in our counties, and those that are surrounding counties, we can give them referrals to other PHAs that can assist them in that jurisdiction.
Okay, so you lead me to the first question.
Yeah.
So I noted that you didn't mention Boone County as one of the counties that we serve, and that you mentioned, for example, in Callaway, the city of Fulton. So can you talk a little bit more about why we don't provide housing choice vouchers in Boone and some of these other cities?
Yes, great question. So it's a such thing called jurisdiction, whereas like years ago, decades ago, our agency, we used to cover Boone County, and even part of our name, it still says Boone County, but we no longer service Boone County. It's Columbia Housing Authority now that has that jurisdiction over Columbia and Boone County. So anyone that is looking for housing in Columbia or Boone County should contact Columbia Housing Authority at 201 Switzler, or call them at 573-443-2556 if you are looking for housing in Boone County. Didn't say our drain as well either, because it's Mexico Housing Authority that has jurisdiction over our drain county. If you're looking for housing in our drain or Mexico, I encourage you to contact Mexico Housing Authority or visit their website.
So you're saying that in Boone County, if you live in Centralia, Hallsville, all of that is covered through the Columbia Housing Authority?
That is correct.
Okay. And the same in Audrain County then?
Yep, that would
Wow.
be Mexico Housing Authority.
So we talk about housing choice vouchers. I don't know if folks have ever necessarily heard that term. What does that really mean?
All right. So a lot of people may not have heard of housing choice voucher, but you may have heard of Section 8 before. If you heard of the term Section 8, it's the same program. However, HUD decided to make it a little bit stricter. So they changed the name and also gave tenants more rules and more strict obligations to stick with, meaning that one of the strictlers is that they can, when they move into a unit, they must leave the unit exactly how they found it when they first moved in. If they fail to do so, they can find themselves either get hit with a fine, or they can find themselves perhaps never be able to get any future housing assistance based on their participation or how they was in a previous unit.
So if I am a person, so housing choice vouchers actually provides me support to pay for rent, right?
Yes.
But the place that I move into has to accept the housing choice voucher program, right? I can't
Yes.
just go anywhere. I have to have an approved place. The landlord has to be accepting of that.
Yep, not only the landlord have to be accepting of it, but the unit must also pass what is called the HUD HQS Housing Quality Standard Inspection.
Okay.
And our inspection is a little bit different from other PHAs. What I mean different, it's like our agency, we require that there must be a working smoke detector in every bedroom, in every level of the house, including the common areas as well. Other PHAs may not ask for a working smoke detector in every bedroom, but we do. Another thing that is different between us and other PHAs is that we go by felonies. If anyone who having a felony doesn't mean that you cannot qualify. You can. It's just that the felony must be 3 years old from the date of charge, and you can apply. I normally tell people when it gets about 2 years old, go ahead and apply, because our waiting list is about a year, maybe a little bit more. So by the time you come up to our top of the waiting list, the 3 years might have been bypassed, and that will make you qualify for the program. So it's a little bit different. Other PHAs may perhaps ask for those charges to be 5 years old or none at all. So it's a little bit different from different PHAs.
Well, that's good. So PHA is Public Housing Authority?
Or agency like us.
Agency. Gotcha. Okay. So let's say I've applied, and you say there's a waiting list. Now, once my voucher, my support comes available, what's the process from there?
All right. So once you apply, and the way simply how you apply is you can go to any of our CMCA offices, or you can go to our website at cmca.us, click on the Get Help tab. Underneath housing, you will find our pre-application there. Print out our application and submit it with the items that is listed on the cover sheet. The items that is listed on the cover sheet are birth certificate and social security card for all, and IDs for those 18 and over. All you have to do is just submit those items along with your application to get on our waiting list. Once you get on our waiting list, you will receive a letter letting you know if you were accepted or denied. And if you were denied, we would tell you the reason why. Once you get on our waiting list, you would sit on there till you come up to the top. Once you come up to the top, you would get one of our letters that say, hey, we call it a golden ticket because it's on a golden sheet of paper. It says, hey, you've been excited. You've been now invited to attend one of our briefings. Families have 2 times to attend our briefings. They have 2 chances, to attend our briefings. If they miss both chances, all they have to do is just simply reapply for services again. But however, they do attend and they submit everything that's needed. They sit there for 4 hours, listen to me talk, and me giving them all of the rules and do's and the don'ts of the program, as well as share my experience with them as well. Then at the end, they give us everything that we need. We provide them with a voucher. A voucher is only good for 60 days in the initial 60 days. So families have 60 days to go out and search for a new place to live. Yeah. They do have an option to request for an extension if they are having issues with finding housing within the first 60 days, which is eligible for them if they supply everything that's needed to get an extension, that they can get one. That is possible.
That's good. Now,
Yep.
once you've gotten your voucher and you've found a place to live and
Yep.
you're living there,
Yep.
how does the program continue?
Okay, so the person that's holding a voucher would give the new landlord or the existing one, if they want a house up in place, which is called a RAFTA, which is Request for Tenancy Approval Packet, which the landlord will fill out, giving us information about the unit, and also giving us information about how they would like to get paid, whether it's direct deposit or a regular check in the mail.
Okay.
We do pay our landlords the first business day, the first working day of the month. So they
Okay.
always get paid on that first business day of the month without any hesitations. And once the family turns in the completed RAFTA, we go out and inspect the unit. Once it passed the HQS inspection, and again, that's the HUD, Housing Quality Standard Inspection, we can start the lease from that day that it passes on. We will prorate the rent. Whereas as soon as the tenant gets the keys, we can start the contract from that day going forward.
Now, if I'm receiving a housing choice voucher, does that mean my rent is all paid, or is that based on my income and ability to pay part of my rent?
It's another great question. So families will not pay no more than 40% of their income towards the rent for their very first year. They would not. So if you do have income, you will pay.
Yeah.
But however, if you have low to no income, not only will HUD pay 100% of your rent, but also will apply a little bit of percentage towards your electric bill every month as well.
Nice. Okay. Well, that's good to know. So can I just stay on at housing choice vouchers forever, or how does that work?
It is a income-based program. So as long as you're income eligible and you qualify, yeah, you can stay on it. We have had families that stay on it for short as 1 month to 20 plus years. But it's income-based program again, and it all depends. As long as you're income eligible, you could stay on the program. Now, the program is designed where you don't stay on it. Of course, no one wants to stay on it for long term. However, it is there just in case families have the need.
Okay, well, that's good to know. So it just varies based on the situations the family are living in. Now, I've heard there are some amazing stories that have come out of from families that have gone through the Housing Choice Voucher program that you've shared, and I'd love for you to share at least one of those stories with our followers today.
Oh, yes, let me share. I have a few stories, but let me just share one of the most recent ones I just received. And it just seemed like this family just kept getting hit with situations. This family, just like in Jeff City, families were affected by the tornado. Well, people out there in Cooper and Howard Fayette, they was affected by the flood. So we had families that were facing the waters going up higher and higher and higher to the point where as they was flooded out. Not only that, this one family, not only did they got flooded out, but they lost their business. They was unable to work. They didn't have any income coming in. They was spending up all of their savings. They found themselves having to stay with someone.
Yeah.
From that, they met us because anytime there was a disaster within our area, like the tornado, the flood, we went out to those counties to try to see if there was anybody that was in need of housing so we can give them an application. And that's what we did with this one family. We met with them, we sat with them, gave them an application. Because they had a FEMA number, they did fit our preference list where they was able to get a voucher within 2 months. They found a place. Not only did they found a place, but it seemed like everything was just going up for them, whereas there was end up being over income is what happened. The husband finally was able to go back to work. After losing his job again, he went back to work because then COVID hit after the flood and COVID.
Yeah.
So that wiped out a lot of people, but the husband was able to go back to work, and now they're over income and they were been paying their full rent for over 6 months, which made them graduate from our program. What that means is that families that are over income for our program, our agency will still stick around for an additional 6 months just in case there's a change in their income. And if there is a change in income, like the income decreases, then they will still be on our program and still continue to get assistance. However, 6 months go by and they are still paying their full rent, then they're what is called graduated from our program because now they succeeded the program by being over income, which is the goal of the program, is to be able to no longer need assistance again.
Yeah, and that's true. That's true for all of our CMCA programs. The whole goal is to help families move toward that self-sufficiency and improve their financial situation so that they don't need the support anymore, but we're there walking beside them as they work toward that
Absolutely.
goal.
And not only that, with us too, with being with Central Missouri Community Action, we have other departments too that can assist our families. So, hey, other different programs, skill up, organization, we could just name them all, but that too also assists our families to be able to climb up in that income level. So that is awesome.
And to improve their conditions. I mean, safe, affordable, stable housing is so important to the well-being of a family. If you don't know where you're going to sleep tonight, that can impact everything in your life, right?
Absolutely.
So you provide that stability through this program for families who want to work toward that self-sufficiency, and then it makes it easier for them to meet other goals that help them move toward that stability.
You're right.
Yeah. So Colita is a pretty awesome lady. So if you are interested in knowing more about the Housing Choice Voucher Program, can you remind us of where the counties that you are able to provide those in?
Yes. So again, the counties that we service are Callaway, except for the city limits of Fulton, Cole, Cooper, Howard, Montauk, and Osage counties. And if you want more information, all you have to do is just dial 573-443-8706 and hit extension 1050. Again, that's 573-443-8706, extension 1050, or email us at housing@cmca.us for more information.
Or visit our website, right?
Of course.
And go to cmca.us and just look under the Get Help tab, Housing Choice. I think it says Housing Choice Vouchers there. And then all that information you just shared is there.
Yep.
I will post that in the comments, the direct link to our website, to the page, so folks can access it. So if you need any help yourself, or you know someone out there that could benefit from the program, please let them know about it and reach out to Colita and her team, and know that they're going to be there for you.
Don't hesitate. Give us a call. It's either me or Nicole. It's either one of us. Either one of us
can't go wrong with either one of those ladies. I'll tell you what. Well, thank you for joining us today. We loved having you. And thank you all for joining us today. We hope you have a wonderful rest of February, and we'll look forward to seeing you again in March. You have a great week, friends.
Bye.
Bye.